Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another, I don't even know what to call this episode, video of Ricky Stars. If you're new here, hi. We like to discuss topics of engagement, for lack of a better words. And today we're going to be talking all about toxic parenting in social media. So, this is something that I've been really like seeing all over the place, and I'm like, okay, it's time to talk about it. So, I'm just going to say it. Not everyone needs to be on social media. If you're having a mental health concern or lack the ability to function and provide yourself and family the basic necessities of livelihood, get off the apps, close the camera, and focus on living and not documenting to post. Okay, now that I said that, listen, the amount of content that's on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube of parents exploiting kids, pet owners exploiting pets, and innocents on the internet has got to stop. There are several examples of this. The first one is Resilient Jenkins. If you have not heard of Resilient Jenkins, where are you? Come back from under that Patrick Star rock and go to TikTok and look it up. It's a hot mess. This is a family of seven that were living in a one bedroom. The kids were sleeping in the kitchen next to the oranges, and the parents were in the bedroom. And we just found out way too much about this. And this family is now living in a hotel with the same amount of kids, just has a newborn baby, and it's a hot mess. And and she's constantly like, we're just trying to get by, and I don't make much content on TikTok. And I'm like, well, why are you doing it? Like, why are you still doing this if it's not sustaining your life? Like, if you're living in a hotel and the person you're with is not, I just can't, I can't understand it. And it's surprising to me that the kids are still at risk. And I'm glad that the cats were rescued, but like, we learned that they got citations for the cats, and my whole brain is like, what world do we live in where people can see kids clearly struggling on a video and nothing can be done about it? Yeah, so the people that are coming at the people criticizing them for speaking out, we've got to ask ourselves, why are you coming at people for speaking up for these kids and for these animals? I could have a whole video about that, but there's so many parents on there. Dreads by B, like parents that have their kids living in squalor and pets living in squalor, and we're just, like, oh, you're doing the best you can. No, like, why? Like, they were mentally cognitive aware to not just film it, but post it and everything. And that has got to not be okay. Like, Nurse Hannah, like filming content, telling us how much she gets paid and not getting her kid a jacket. Like Mama Shay filming content like that, and kids, we clearly see they're not being taken care of. And Amanda MCG in her house, like, it just reminds me of this one video that I watched of this girl who was clearly had an eating disorder, and she said if nobody watched her, she wasn't going to make it, and everybody was cheering her on. And I'm like, how toxic is social media at this point? Like, we all need to sit down and have a revelation with ourselves. And then there's the other side of the spectrum, the overconsumptions mom. Like, let's be honest, y'all. Let's be honest for a second. Y'all, y'all, we are in a crisis. Our environment is dying, and if we don't do something about it and stop consuming toxins and overproduced items, we are going to be extinct. Point blank, period. And your overconsumption is being passed down. The excuse of giving your kids what you quote unquote didn't have is just so wrong, because that's an excuse to feed your own insecurities. Perhaps you should focus less on materialistic matters and more on giving them tangible experiences and giving them the lessons, knowledge, and values that we didn't have. And if you're saying, well, you don't know where I came from, and that's still not an excuse to overconsume. And using God as a way to promote your toxic habits is even more problematic. It's the delusion that we keep feeding the insecurities of us. I'm not saying people can't have nice things, but instead of buying new all the time, Maybe we should think about buying secondhand luxury. Trust me, there are plenty of options available. Whatnot, The Real Real, Poshmark, so many websites. And teach your kids that wants are different from needs and to be mindful about what they consume mentally, physically, spiritually. Let's focus more on that. And there's so many examples of this. Makeup with Micah, Hanging with the Hennings, Operation Nikki's, like all these videos that we consume telling us that it's okay to overconsume are problematic, because then our brain looks at this and we normalize this when this is abnormal behavior. This is behavior that needs to be stopped, and we need drastic changes. And a lot of y'all are not ready for that. Let me know in the comments if you're seeing these videos. Let me know if you are on your stopping overconsumption journey. I know that I am. Subscribe, like, comment, follow for more videos like this, and I'll talk to y'all next time. Bye.